Hello and welcome to our webinar, We Listened, Why the New Storage Commander Matters to You. We are very glad you've decided to spend some time to join us today. Whether you are new to Storage Commander or an existing customer, we think you'll be pleasantly pleased to see how we have risen to the needs of today's operators. A couple quick housekeeping tips before we do our introductions. Your cameras and your mics are muted, but we will be monitoring questions in the QA section. At the end of our demo, we will answer as many questions as we can, and be sure to stay on for an offer, special for individuals for attending our presentation. Now I'd like to turn it over to our presentation team, beginning with Richard.
Yes, thanks everybody. My name is Richard Wicca. I'm Vice President of Sales here at Storage Commander.
Hey everyone, I'm Joel Washburn. I serve as the Chief Technology Officer here at Storage Commander.
And good afternoon, good morning everyone. My name is John Blissenbach. I'm the President of the Storage and Transportation Group here within Full Steam, which includes the Storage Commander group of businesses. So thank you for taking some time today to join us and learn more about what we've been up to over the last few years. As some of you are aware, over the last 5 or 6 years or so, we've actually brought together 5 independent businesses. These originally joined forces between the years of 2019 and 2022, including Storage Commander, as well as DoorSwap, Sirasoft, Domico, and Space Control. These 5 independent businesses in late 2023 decided to unify the teams under the Storage Commander umbrella brand. And in doing so, what this allowed the teams to do is really start to mature their operations and focus back on innovation. They started launching new offerings, including tenant insurance and digital marketing services. But more importantly, the engineering teams have spent the last 12 months really collaborating with self-storage owners to create what we feel is the next generation of property management software in this industry. The team is very proud of what they've put together under the SC Navigator product. And we're going to get to it in just a second and start to hit on some of the key highlights. But before we do so, we wanted to talk about what we've seen as some of the key changes and challenges and trends in the industry. And then Joel will start to show you how SC Navigator really aligns with those trends to help you as operators build a better business. With that, I'll toss it over to you, Richard.
Perfect. Thanks, John. Like John said, we really want to take some time today to take a moment and look at some of the trends we've seen in the self-storage landscape. And really what we're going to focus on is where we find ourselves today in 2025. First and foremost, what we are seeing in the industry is today more than ever, tenants their expectations are evolving. And today's self-storage customers expect a mobile-first, digital-first experience. From finding a facility to signing lease and making payments, renters want convenience, speed, and 24/7 access, all from their phones, tablets, and personal computers. Operators that we work with must meet those expectations with features like online rentals, digital lease signing, mobile account management, automated gate access, and much, much more. Delivering that type of a seamless digital experience is no longer a nice to have. It's the new standard for winning and retaining tenants. In addition to that, we've seen the occupancy trends go from peak to correction. I'm sure many of you here remember the surge that happened during 2020 through 2022, mainly driven by the pandemic-related demand, relocations, and lifestyle shifts. However, as market conditions have normalized, occupancy rates are now trending downward across many regions. So new supply, stabilized migration, and shifting consumer behavior are contributing to these corrections. So for operators, this means increased pressure to focus on marketing, pricing strategies, and retention to maintain revenue and fill vacancies. And so again, as we look today, we see that it's still higher than pre-pandemic low of 3%, but we see that it is trending downward, and it's all that more important to be extremely competitive in the market. With that, the REITs are also consolidating. Many of you remember 2 years ago when Extra Space purchased Life Storage, and they've continued on that path of of consolidation through buying other packs of storage assets. What this means to the market in general is they're no longer just in major markets. We're seeing them start to pop up in mid markets and smaller markets. So what this really is doing to the market is making it much more competitive, as now competition involves REITs and institutional capital self-storage operators. So also the tech adoption is rising, meaning that we've seen our customers just experience a rapid increase in technology adoption, driven by a lot of the customer expectations. So really, operators are investing in modern solutions to help, create that digital mobile first experience. Also, they are doing so to keep up with the rising costs, which we'll talk about. They want to make sure their tech is helping them automate, and there's digital marketing and embedded payments and tools that support all the contactless rentals and the tenant communications. And so as competition grows, embracing a unified tech stack is no longer optional. It is also key to staying efficient, scalable, and profitable. Like I just mentioned, rising costs across the self-storage industry are really what we're seeing, and it's putting pressure on independent operators. The rise in labor cost has been one of the major expense items that has gone up for independent operators. In addition to that, as we've seen competition grow in mid-markets and small markets, the cost of marketing has gone up. It is much more expensive to acquire customers than it has been in the past. Tech cost, as you're looking to streamline your business and create a larger tech stack, the cost of investing in technology is also increasing. All of this is being done to really try to help self-storage operators, as limited time and resources are part of your everyday life. Self-storage operators oftentimes face very tight time constraints and limited resources. With the demands of the day-to-day, it is very important that what we see independent operators create operations and automations around routine tasks like tenant communications and maintenance and rent collection. And so making sure that they're using and utilizing the time that they have to run their operation. Customer acquisition costs. So again, efficient lead conversion and retention are more critical than ever. As customers have more options in all markets, the cost of acquiring customers are rising, whether it's rising cost in marketing or more marketing than you've ever had to do before, or making sure that every lead is worked till its fullest and that you're capturing every opportunity to come in to get a rental is just as critical as it's ever been. So all in all, self-storage operations are becoming a much more complex business. Operators now must juggle digital communications, mobile access, and dynamic pricing, and just to name a few. So these things we are seeing really are making the self-storage operations a much more complex business, but still a very fun business to be in. So all in all, what happens when operators don't adapt? What we see is revenue decline, missed opportunities due to outdated pricing and tech, operational inefficiency, more time spent managing tasks manually and not taking advantage of technology and using automations, higher costs, inefficient systems, increased labor and marketing expenses. So you see a rise on your expense sheets. Decreased occupancies. Tenants, again, have more to choose from, and digital-first competitors are winning today. Really, falling behind faster, losing the competitive edge is also something we're seeing as, again, more operators are moving into smaller markets, and the REITs are starting to expand their footprint too. So the result ultimately is harder to earn every dollar. When operators don't adapt, it becomes more difficult to generate revenue, and profitability is at risk. So the answer, I will flip it over here to Joel to talk about how SC Navigator is helping combat what we're seeing in the industry today.
Thank you, Richard. So SC Navigator is our solution to these industry issues. Currently, SC Navigator is a new platform that we've rolled out that is 100% web-based. It gives you access to your software, to your data, and to your customers at your convenience on whatever platform, whatever device that you use. All the functionality is available to you on your cell phone, on your iPad and a golf cart on the property, or at the facility in the office on a computer, or in a call center, or anywhere. You get to use SC Navigator on your schedule, on your time, the way that you want to, at your pace. We have an intuitive design that allows you to multitask, so that we're moving into a world where more people are moving to remote management, people are moving to hosting their own call centers, people are doing operations across multiple facilities from one location. That's a feature that's available to you in SC Navigator, not something that you have to use if you have one location, but if you have multiple locations and you want to manage those from one house in one login in a seamless way, you can do that through SC Navigator as a UI that accommodates managing multiple facilities at one time and multiple customers at one time. You can work directly out of reports without changing screens, without loading. You can access multiple features of the software at the same time. SC Navigator is configurable. What we like to say is that what we're offering to you is not software in a box that tells you how to run self-storage software, but instead, SC Navigator is a suite of automation that allows you to define your business rules so that you can have your software stack work the way you want to run your business, and really customize the way that your automations are set up and the way that your business logic is set up. We have an emphasis on optimizing these paths that Richard has described and some of the problems that people are dealing with right now and the deficit of technology. So we're really focusing on that experience, not only for you as the manager and the operators, but also to your customers, so that we streamline the process of not only allowing your customers to access the system more and more through their cell phone or through their tablet, from the rental to payment processing and reaching out to those customers and marketing to foster those relationships, and also pursue those customers that may have fallen off during an abandoned cart situation or some other situation where they've expressed some interest, but you haven't been able to close yet. We provide tools to automate, to communicate to those customers to help with that closure. We foster the relationships that you already have with your current vendors. We want to continue to give you the freedom to shop around in the industry so that you use the gate systems that you want to use, that you use the marketing services that you want to use, the insurance that you want to use, the Bluetooth providers that you want to use. You have the option to use whichever vendors on the floor that you want, so that you can customize your rollout to fit your needs and to keep the relationships that you have with the vendors that you like. We also are focusing on making payments and collections and AR more easy for you and to your customers, right? To give them more access through those mobile interfaces, but also through QR payments, through text messaging, through emailing, and providing to you access to payment features that you may not already have by having a more robust integration to your payment gateway, by providing single sign-on so that you're not maintaining multiple logins, to providing auto bouncing so we can detect when chargebacks happen or when ACH failures happen, and we can automatically bounce those payments, notify the customers, notify your accountants, and really keep your AR moving forward and giving you complete control of that payment aspect. So as John talked about earlier, when we combined 5 teams, that really gave us the advantage of having 5 different teams that were working on 5 different solutions in the industry, which gives us 5 different perspectives, 5 different collections of problems we've seen in the past over decades of experience addressing those problems and providing 5 different solutions. What that gives us an edge where we are able to provide to you a product that has decades of experience with 5 separate perspectives on a solution to meet your needs in this industry. That also allows us to give you a more robust support experience by providing multiple support teams. So we have support teams on the East Coast, we have support teams on the West Coast, and in Middle America as well. So that gives you more access to the team for these customizations that we've been talking about, for the opportunity to really customize your experience, to support your experience, and just give you more access to our team so that we provide better service to you and your team and to your needs. One of the big emphases that our team is doing right now is we're really paying attention to the data that you have, that we have. We have operational data that we can look at, and we can start to see patterns in that data. One focus right now, as Richard had already talked about, is occupancy. So we're looking at trends in the data and ways in the data to identify flight risk customers. So you can see where customers are at a high risk of leaving, and we can automate processes to reach out to that customer and communicate to that customer to foster that relationship and try to maintain that occupancy. The same thing happens with abandoned carts. So you have a lead that comes in and you're unable to close that lead. The system can use data to identify when it needs to communicate with that lead and push out communications to try to urge that customer to close that lead, so that we raise occupancy through automation just simply by using the data that you already have in your operation. And then finally, automation across the board, in a sense that you get a suite of business tools and configurations to really hone in on how you want to run your business. What that means is you can code in through support, you can code in custom campaigns, adoption processes, and communications to your customer. You can have the system react to the way that you want the system to react to payments, to late, to rentals, to everything in between, so that you can really customize the sequencing and really customize the communication and the experience that your customer gets. Now, we prepared a short video to just give you a little bit of insight and a sneak peek, if you will, of the new platform that you can kind of see what we have available and where we're going.
Introducing SC Navigator, the smarter way to manage your self-storage business. Designed with efficiency and flexibility in mind, SC Navigator puts the power of modern storage management at your fingertips. Managing multiple locations? Easily view and access all your facilities under a single login. No more jumping between accounts or systems. Everything you need, all in one place. Need to multitask? No problem. With SC Navigator, you can keep multiple screens open at once, so you're never stuck flipping back and forth between tasks. And best of all, SC Navigator goes wherever you go. Whether you're on a desktop, tablet, or phone, you have full access to your software anytime, anywhere. Lead management interface. View every lead in a centralized dashboard, whether they came in from your website, walked into your office, or called your store. Running out of units? No problem. Our built-in waitlist functionality makes it easy to track interest, hold spots, and notify leads the moment a unit becomes available, all without lifting a finger. SC Navigator helps you stay connected with your leads through automated text and email communication. Set up triggers to send follow-ups, reminders, or availability updates. Personalized and timed just right, so your leads stay engaged and your team stays efficient. You'll never miss an opportunity to fill a vacant unit again. When it comes to data, it isn't just important, it's everything. That's why our reporting functionality is designed to deliver powerful insights to every level of your business. Whether you're a frontline manager checking on daily activity, an accounting team tracking revenue and expenses, or an owner monitoring overall performance, our software has reports built specifically for your role. To save you time, you can automate any report to be delivered on a recurring schedule. Daily, weekly, monthly, whatever works for you, right to your inbox. Our reports are interactive, allowing you to drill down, filter, and explore your data in real time. That means smarter decisions faster. For day-to-day operations, our interactive site map brings your facility to life. You can see your entire property at a glance, every unit color-coded with key indicators like occupancy status, overdue accounts, and vacancy. Need to move a tenant in? No problem. You can do it right from the map, quickly, visually, and without switching screens. To keep your team organized, you can manage work orders to help streamline day-to-day operations. From fixing a unit door to cleaning up after a move-out, you can track maintenance and operational tasks with automation based on how your business runs. SC Navigator is more than just a software. It's a smarter way to run your storage business. With interactive tools, automated workflows, and real-time data at your fingertips, you'll stay focused on what matters most, delivering a better experience every day. SC Navigator, customizable, scalable, and engineered for growth.
So that concludes the video. We've received a couple of questions during the course of the presentation. I'd like to tee up a couple of them to our team. A few people have asked about how they take payments in the system, that they have websites and that they like to process payments through websites. And I want to know if we had APIs that could accommodate existing structures that are already in place.
Yeah, I'll take that question. That's a really good question. So one of the things that we're really excited about is, and I had talked about integrating the vendors that you like and you have had a relationship with in the industry. We also want to be very flexible about how you integrate SC Navigator into your workspace and environment. You may have your own web pages, you may maintain your own technology, and we want to be very sensitive to the fact that you need to integrate your operating system into those environments as well. So when it comes to payments, we understand that it's extremely vital for your customers to have access to making a payment as easy as possible. So we do have a fully functional API that allows you to access the payment system through the API or allow other vendors to access the payment system through the API. But we also have easier methods and more secure methods if you don't want to be in PCI scope. So we do provide iframe technology. We also provide redirects. And then we also provide a new technology called the web component that allows you to place a div tag in your website, and then you can use JavaScript and it will generate those interfaces for your customers so that you can have a secure payment method within your websites without writing any code. So this gives you the flexibility to integrate the product into your current infrastructure with ease if you need to, and maintaining a secure, proper method of doing so.
Great. Another question, a few people also had concerns about their tech stack and keeping everything straight. They're a bit overwhelmed by technology. How do we ensure that these disparate systems all speak to each other?
Yeah, so one of the major, I'm sorry, I'll take that one as well. So one of the major advantages of having a team that is built on decades and decades of experience is that you also get decades of relationships between these 5 teams and other vendors in the industry. So we have a very robust and built out catalog of relationships and integrations with all the popular vendors in the self-storage industry. And all of that is accessible to you in one location through your SC Navigator so that you can combine all of that service and function together and that you have direct access to it in one easy location.
Great. I'm not sure if there are additional questions or if anyone wants to mention anything. If not, we will move on to the event offer.
We do have a
I
couple
know
questions.
it looks like there's at least a couple in there in the Q&A panel. I see one, Shannon asked if we're set up with the Canadian gateway companies for payments. And so I can take that one. Some of you may or may not know, but Storage Commander is part of a group called Full Steam. And within Full Steam, we actually run payments on our own proprietary embedded payments engine, fully PCI compliant, deeply embedded within our software and only utilized by our software. We actually have gone through the Canadian approval process, which we completed late last year, and we are just certifying SC Navigator now to process Canadian payments as well. So that will be available in the very near future for SC Navigator, and on some of our other software products, we are already processing Canadian payments. So we just need to get Joel and the team to finalize a few items, and we'll have that running as well for the Canadian self-storage operators. And it looks like Eduardo asked, does it handle mobile storage out of cargo containers with serial numbers and slot fields? Joel or Richard, one of you want to take that?
Yeah, I can take that. So that's a question that's come up a lot lately, and that's a more emerging industry, if you will, within self-storage. We do have a technique for handling mobile storage. It is at this stage using the current tools that we have, and it's not proprietary to mobile storage. So there's some room for improvement, if you will. But as it stands right now, the solution does offer billing on multiple frequencies. You can bill by day, by week, by month, and we can also accommodate custom data points across the board without any code required, so that you can keep up with yard location or container IDs and current status of those containers. One of the things that we currently do not offer is routing, and that's something that we would have to improve. But other than that, as far as the management, the renting, and the tracking on a static location, those are all things that can be accommodated right now by SC Navigator.
That's great.
Okay.
I see Lara asked, looks like they use space control currently, looking to make the switch and how easy that switch is. So you'll be happy to know Matt Davis from the space control team is actually our lead product manager, also leading this initiative, and focus on the migration efforts and making sure that's a smooth transition is a very important area that he spends a lot of time. We have done migrations off of some of our platforms already, and continue to make that a smooth and seamless process. Richard or Joel, I don't know if either of you have more to offer on that one.
I think, what I would add is, first and foremost, thank you for being a customer of Space Control and one of our, 5 companies that we've combined into this. And secondly, like John said, we are working on that. There's not a definite timeline, but certainly if there's an interest, we'd love to show you more around this software and make sure that you get a full demo on that and take you through SC Navigator. There's another question from Deborah Thomas. Is the software in the beta stage currently? Joel, I'll let you handle that one.
Yeah. So no, actually, as we've already alluded to there, it is in production, and we have several customers on the platform now. But we launched the product officially back in March at the was it the SSA Spring Show in Florida. Yeah. And so we've been in production now for a couple of 3 months, and we're currently wide open.
And then it looks
Great.
like Frank asked, what types of business intelligence or analytics do we have available in the platform?
So we have a large array of data views and reports available both at the facility level and at the multi-facility level, so that you can see combined reporting on financials, performance, and impact. Outside of those, we also offer what we're calling data carve technology, where we can create custom data stores so that you can point your Power BI to, if you have specific proprietary custom data views, you can generate those as well. So you've got a few options there, but by and large, we have a very large collection of data views for both the single and the multi-facility.
And then it looks like Jake asked what the monthly cost is of the software, and that's maybe a good segue into our promotion that we're running and follow-up action, right, Richard?
That's right. So we do have a promotion going on right now, and for anybody that attended this webinar and signed up for it, we certainly, as we started off saying, we are excited to be here today to show you this new platform that we put a lot of time and effort into, and really focused on becoming, the new storage commander. So anybody that requests a demo in the next 30 days will be eligible for the following: a complimentary site map, as well as complimentary setup. Orders, if you decide to move forward, which we certainly hope you do, you will also receive a free month in SaaS subscription fees if you make a commitment by June 30th. So this is a webinar special for you that have attended the show, and to kind of put a bow on it for you, Jake. We do have an array of pricing for monthly costs, and it really does determine and depend on what package you fit into. Again, Joel showed you this product can do a lot, and really what our team and our sales team is ready to do is talk with you through what your wants and needs are, and position you and put you into the right package that meets the needs of your business. So lastly, and yes, so the best way to get in touch with us, and we'll be sending this out as well, is to send an email to sales@storagecommander.com requesting a demo, and we will take that and get you into the right hands and get everything set up. So that is the best way to do it. I will put it in the chat as well. There's still more questions coming in, John Cohen. So it looks like there's one last.
We can take about 5 more minutes of questions.
Okay, perfect. This question: is there a way to pass on the fees to use a credit card to the customer instead of our company paying for it? I think, Joel, you did touch on that, so I'll let you elaborate.
For sure. And I'm sorry I didn't mention that earlier. The system does support convenience fees for your customers if you want to pass on those charges to that cost to the customer. Yes.
And the only thing I would highlight on that is there are some regulations around how you pass those on and how you refer to them, and pricing levels and whatnot. So we just encourage you to make sure you're following compliance with any of those regulations as well. But functionally, that's supported.
Yep.
If that's the last question, that will conclude today's webinar. We appreciate you attending and look forward to speaking with you in the near future. Have a great day.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everybody.